Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another What Sold video. So today's video, I'm going to be sharing my sold items from the month of November, and I'm probably not going to go through all of them since, as you guys can see, I sold 171 items in the month of November. So that would take forever, but I'm going to go through some of the items with you and also my overall stats. I did want to make a couple disclaimers. First of all, please excuse my voice. I was sick earlier this week, feeling a lot better, but I am still, my voice is still recovering. So I do apologize for that. Also, I am going to try to make the screen bigger. I had a lot of comments last time that you guys couldn't see very good. So I'm going to try to do that the best that I can. So I have enlarged it. Hopefully this makes a difference for you guys. All right, let's jump into the overall stats first. So I am in my Vendu. I love Vendu because I can see all of these analytics very easily. So I have gone ahead. Today's actually the 6th of December, so we're looking back to the month of November. But I did go ahead and sort my analytics by the month of November. So November 1st through the 30th. The month of November was a crazy month for me. Personally, I had a lot of really wild stuff happening. We were out of power for a whole week, so that took me away from work. Also, of course, we had holidays, family in town. My daughter's car broke down. We had someone try to break into our house. So it was an insane month for me. And because of that, I took a lot of time off of work. So you can see right here, just in my number of items listed for the month, I was down 33%. So in the month of October, I listed 335 items. For November, I was down to just 226. There is one less day in the month, but it was just a wild month. So I still feel like I did fairly good this month considering some of the time that I had to take off. I probably took off at least a quarter of the month. So my overall revenue was $4,406.76. That is from all of the platforms that I sell on. And then my total profit, so this is after all of the platform fees, any shipping costs, and also cost of goods, brought me down to $28.71.34. So that was my profit for the month of November. Not bad considering, like I said, I had all of those things happening. So the total number of items I sold for the month was 171 items, and compare that to October was 183. So down a little bit, but not too bad. Also, my average sales price is slowly moving up, which is great. I'm still moving out old inventory, so I think as I'm doing that, this will continue to creep up, but it's still going to be a little bit low just because I am still moving out some older items. But $25.77 is my average sales price. I did want to go through by platform as well. So my top performing platform is still Poshmark. I sold 87 items on Poshmark this month. eBay's number 2 at 36 items sold. And then Mercari, I sold 19 items, a little bit less on Mercari this month. Both Curtsy, is that right? No, actually Depop was in 4th place with 12 items, Curtsy with 10 items, and Etsy falling behind with just 7 items sold. So that is where the totals come up with. So yeah, you can see it by, it gives you the pie chart as well as broken down by platforms as well. So you can see my number 1 selling brand is vintage. Sweaters have been selling really well, not surprising. Tops also, and jeans, it looks like. Also, I do mostly sell clothing and shoes. So the majority of my store is clothing and shoes. So not surprising that is the by far largest category, but I have started incorporating hard goods as well. So happy to see that I sold 12 of those items this month. And jewelry, I always like having jewelry because that's a nice like add-on item. Toys and hobbies, I'm surprised I have anything in there. So anyways, let's jump to some of the individual items now. This is in no particular order, or like there's no rhyme or reason to the ones that I'm showing you guys. I just kind of pulled up the first few so we could go through some of them together, and we'll just go through as many as we can before we start to run out of time. Here is an example of one of those hard goods that I sold. So this is actually a stained glass business card holder. It was so beautiful. It had like a really nice shift to the glass, and then as you can see, it has this little lavender butterfly on the top. I totally would have kept this for myself if I had any use for it. It's beautiful. But anyway, I got this at a local estate sale. You can see all my breakdown of costs here. So it sold on Poshmark on the 29th for $15. $2.95 is the marketplace fees, and my cost of goods was $2.50. So it left me a profit of just $9.55. So not a big profit, but this kind of stuff is really fun and easy to list. So I actually don't mind. I don't mind the lower profits on some of these really easy to list and store items. So yeah. Next up, this is a pair of jeans I actually bought for myself at a $2 day at Goodwill, but they didn't fit me right, so I ended up selling them. They sold really fast, which I was surprised because they're just Old Navy, but sold on Poshmark for $16. Marketplace fees were $3.20. Cost of goods $2. So profit of $10.80. This is not something I would normally pick up to resell, so I was pleasantly surprised and happy that it did sell quickly, but I wouldn't normally pick this one up. Next, another hard goods. This one actually came from my parents, so this is a consignment item, so actually we'll get half the profit. This is a vintage amethyst carnival glass pedestal candy bowl decor accent. Sold on Mercari, so that's great because Mercari, there's zero marketplace fees, and my cost of goods was $0, so it sold for $26, and all of that is profit. But $13 will go to me and $13 will go to my parents. Next up, this is something I purchased recently at one of the Goodwill sales. This is a little skirt from Ming Wang, and it's just a plaid, purple and black plaid skirt. It had a little bit of stretch to it. It is a size large, and this one sold on Poshmark for $30. And marketplace fees were $6, cost of goods $2, leaving my profit of $22. Very happy with that. All right, next up I had this sweater. This is something that definitely would not have made it through my declutter. It's kind of like one of those like fuzzy knobby sweaters from Zara. I rarely pick up Zara anymore. The only time I do is it's really style based nowadays, so it has to be a very good style, on trend, in excellent condition, usually larger sizes I prefer. But anyways, this one was really old. So it was Zara cream and gray fluffy crew neck sweater, size small. That was all of my keywords. This was not listed on any other platforms, or no, it was. So yeah, I don't know. This was not a good buy. I let it go on Poshmark for a $7 offer. Marketplace fees of $2.95. Cost of goods was probably $2. And so my profit's $2.05. So not great, but I was happy that this sold before I made it to the bin that it was in, because this is actually a triple L bin, is one of the ones I'm going to be getting to soon with my, I'm doing like an inventory process and getting rid of things that I don't feel like are worth selling anymore. And this would not have made it through there. And I'm like on triple J bin. So I was almost to this bin. So happy that it sold and I made at least a little profit before I just ended up decluttering it. This sale is very exciting. This actually, you guys can see, I photographed this when our power was out. So I took it inside my house and the lighting was awful, but I was trying to get some work done because I had no power for so long. But anyway, this is a tapestry blanket. As you can see, it has these little red cardinal birds on it and a winter scene. I listed this as vintage red bird cardinal tapestry throw blanket Christmas winter fringe, 50 by 60. This sold on Depop, which was surprising actually. This sold for $25.49. Marketplace fees were $3.88. I did have this boosted. I try to boost all my items on Depop. I find that they sell faster that way. I bought this at an estate sale and I paid $4 for it, and my profit works out to be $17.61. Okay, this took surprisingly long to sell. I was very surprised how long this took. This is a vintage one-piece like snow bib from the 1980s. I thought it was really super cool. When I picked it up, I did pay up a little bit for it, but it just didn't get much interest, unfortunately. So I listed it as vintage 80s Prima, that was the brand, Colorado, royal blue women's snow bib medium. I obviously should have used a lot more keywords like snowboarder, ski, all that kind of stuff, but I only used 55 characters out of 80, so not good. This is one of the ones I hadn't gone back to revise. But anyways, this ended up selling on Poshmark. She sent me an offer and I just took it. I think I had them listed at 40. She sent me an offer for 25. Actually, I think she sent me an offer for 20 and I countered at 25 and she accepted. So my marketplace fees are $5. My cost of goods were $7. which left my profit just $13. Next up, this is an eBay sale, and this is the brand Mason Scotch. I bought this probably about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago. It's just a little cap sleeve blouse, and it had a real authentic leather trim on it. And this was a size small. They do vanity sizing, so it says 1, but it converts to a small. This sold on eBay for $26. My fees were $5.45, and my cost of goods $2. Shipping $6.09, so profit was $12.46. Next up, this is a Poshmark sale. These are a pair of White House Black Market wide leg trouser pants in a size 6. I've actually had these listed a long time. As you can see with this chair rail on the wall here, this is my old house. So this was over 2 years ago at least that I listed this. They did sell on Poshmark for $25 with a marketplace fee of $5 and cost of goods $2. That left me a profit of $18. I thought these were really cute, so I thought they would sell a little bit quicker. They have the very dark academia look. Those wide leg trousers usually do a bit better, so I was surprised they took so long to sell, but happy to see them go. All right, next up, this is a pair of Miss Me wide leg trouser pants. These are very Y2K. They have the tie at the waist here. I thought they were really cute. And these sold on Poshmark for $24. My fees were $4.80. Cost of goods $2. My profit was $17.20. Next up, I have this vintage jacket. This is from the brand Jane Ashley. Brand doesn't really matter with this one. As you guys saw earlier, vintage is my top selling category right now. I'm getting really into picking up vintage. I really like it. Vintage is much more style based, and it's a lot easier to find, and it sells quickly. So I love selling it. This was really cool. It had a lot of embroidery, very bright colors. So I titled this Vintage Jane Ashley Chambray Bright Floral Embroidery Chore Jacket Women's Extra Large. This sold on Poshmark for $18. My fees were $3.60. Cost of goods $2. So my profit was $12.40. I've had this probably about 5 to 6 months. All right, next we have a pair of Sam Edelman boots. I've had these about 2 months. These also sold on Mercari, which I love because 0 fees. I did take a little bit of a lower offer because of the no fees there. So these are just a really cute pair of brown leather ankle boots from Sam Edelman. They sold for $26 on Mercari. $2 was my cost of goods, so my profit was $24. Next up, this is a bit of a sad story. So this brand I have found a few times in my store, and every time it's always new tags, and every time I get so excited, but they priced this brand up. I'm surprised they know this brand because it's Baltic born. Here it is. This brand doesn't retail for a lot, but it has a bit of a cult following. So the resale value does kind of hold its place a little bit, but it's not a high retail. So this dress probably retailed for about $80, I want to say. And I think I listed it for $60. Problem is I paid $20 for it. I just really wanted to get it. I bought it about 6 months ago, so I sat on it way too long. I did end up finally selling it for $57 on Poshmark. My fees were $11.40. Cost of goods, like I said, $20. So I still made a profit of $25.60, but that was quite a bit to invest to make that profit. I just wish my store didn't know this brand because I do like selling this brand. I don't like paying up that much for something usually, unless I can get a more significant return. All right, here is a pair of denim. So these I got at the bins 2 years ago, probably right when I moved in here. And they reminded me of Miss Me jeans. They had all this crazy embroidery. They had these cool buttons. Let's see if I can zoom in. Yeah, they had these cool floral flower shaped buttons, if I could talk. Anyway, I thought they were great. They're also a good size, size 31. But I didn't get any interest because the brand is Rose Royce. So they're kind of like a knockoff Miss Me jean. They're not a brand people are searching for. So they sat forever. I probably would have decluttered these. Again, This is a triple bin. I would have eventually made it to this not too long in the future and probably decluttered them. So I was happy to take an offer on these, even though it was just $16. They sold on Poshmark, marketplace fees of $3.20. After my cost of goods, $10.80 was my profit. So at least I made a profit. Okay, next up, this is a vintage fossil purse. This one is one of my Etsy sales. So it's a black and a brown leather. I thought this was so cute. I thought it would sell a lot faster. It did have some wear on the handle, as you can see, so I think that's what slowed it down from selling, but the rest of the bag was in excellent condition. Anyway, it finally sold on Etsy for $39.82. My marketplace fees there, I never know what they are, so I just guesstimate. I don't know how accurate this is, but anyway, and my cost of goods was $2, so profit of $34.82. Let's see. Oh, you guys, this is such a sad story. This sale will haunt me for the rest of my days. So this book, I was so excited that I picked this up at a garage sale. My mom found it for me, and I only paid $5 for it. So it is like a, what do they even call these? It's a cruise book. But basically it just has like the whole crew listed in here. So anyway, there's different years that these were made, and I could not for the life of me figure out where the year was on this book. So I did a lot of research on eBay trying to find the year of the book, and I found one that looked identical to mine. So I listed mine based on that information. So I titled it USS Nimitz CVN 68. 1988-1989 Westpac Indian Ocean Deployment Cruise book. So I was wrong. It was actually 91 through 93, I think. 91, something like that. And the dates are on the, what is that? The binder, like the side of the book. If you hold the book like this, it's like on the side. And I did not take a picture of that part. I don't know why I didn't even look at that part. So I couldn't, you guys, that was a big blonde moment. So that was the first issue. This sold on Etsy. The other issue I have is on Etsy. I have international shipping turned on, and I do flat rate international. And I estimate, like, I just don't know how much it's going to cost until you weigh it and you know what country it's going to. And the shipping costs for international are so varied. So I just plugged in some numbers that I thought were high enough to cover even something that was expensive. Well, I way underpriced shipping on this item. So the buyer paid for the book $97, and I think they also paid, I think $47, $48 in shipping. But it cost me $100 to ship. So what I did is I put the $97 in here, and then my shipping expenses, I deducted what they did pay and just put my overage. So what I put in out of pocket. So that was really disappointing. I took out the marketplace fees, cost of goods. So it left me a profit of just $27. But the buyer got the book. It was the wrong year. He reached out to me, and I had to refund the entire thing. And I asked him not to send it back because I did not want to pay another $100 to have it return shipped to me. So I'm out the book, and I'm out the original shipping, which was $100. That's a very costly mistake. And I really was upset about it. But I did learn my lesson. Now, if I ever find these books, I know where the year is, and I will buy it again, but I'll do a better job researching and listing. And also, I did increase all of my international shipping. A lot of my sales on Etsy lately have been international sales, and I keep getting way less collected from the buyer to cover shipping than what it's costing me. So it keeps eating into my profit. So I had to bump all of those up, and I bumped them up a lot because Etsy doesn't allow you to do calculated shipping that I know of for international. I don't want to take off the international shipping option because that will remove a lot of buyers, but I don't want to keep losing money on my shipping. So if you guys have a workaround with that, please let me know, because that was really frustrating situation. Okay, let's move on to the next sale. So this is a really cool Irish wool sweater. The brand was Icelandic something. What was it? Icelandic design. It was an embroidered wool full zip cardigan sweater, women's size small. It was just really beautiful. I got this at an estate sale for $1, or no, $4. Okay, $4. I actually think I paid $1 for this. I think that's wrong. Anyway, it sold on Depop for $28. My marketplace fees were only $1.86 because this one was not boosted for some reason. Cost of goods, so my profit was $22.14. It did take a year to sell though, but still, this is pretty good profit. This sold so fast, you guys. This was, I think I just recently showed you guys this in a haul from an estate sale. Beautiful floral patchwork skirt. There was so many keywords I could use for this. Let's see what I put. I put vintage, black, brown, ditzy, floral, patchwork, maxi skirt, women's medium, fall, boho, peasant. It's so pretty. I love it. Anyway, this sold on Depop for $32. Marketplace fees were only $1.77. My cost of goods was $3. And so my profit was $27.23. This sold in like 2 weeks, really fast. This pillow actually sold fairly quickly as well. I think it took about 4 months. This came from a garage sale. It's a vintage needlepoint Christmas cat's red pillow, accent decor, holiday small. Sold on Depop for $23.40. My marketplace fees were $3.48. Cost of goods $1, and my profit was $18.92. All right, this is a pair of flax wide leg pull on pants, and they had this like really cool ruffled hem. These sold on Depop for $32. My fees were $1.83. My cost of goods, I did pay up for these. These cost me $7. And so my profit was $23.17. These sold within a week. Okay, you guys, I have a lot more sales, but I'm just going to do 5 more. These will be the last 5 just because I don't want this video to be really, really long. If you guys want to see more of these what sold videos, like maybe on a weekly basis or something, let me know. But these are just random sales through the month. I think this all happened the last 10 days of the month actually. So these were later in the month sales. But anyways, this is a Alex Mill cable knit alpaca blend fisherman sweater. This was gorgeous. I did find this at my local Goodwill and I did pay up for it slightly. But it was so beautiful. So I sold this one on Poshmark. I actually had received so many lowball offers on this, like as low as like $20, even up to like $50. And I was holding out for a higher offer because I knew it was worth more, and I did pay up for it. I think I had it listed at $80. So I got an offer for $65, which I decided to take, and my fees were $13. Cost of goods was $15, and my profit was $37. All right, this was a sad, sad tale. So Barefoot Dreams has not been selling for me, you guys, unfortunately. This is a beautiful cardigan, purple cardigan, size medium, has the pockets on it. It was open front. This ended up selling on eBay for $33. That includes shipping. And my fees were $7.06. Cost of goods was $8 because I did pay up for this. And my shipping was $9.37. So it cost a lot more to ship than I expected. And my profit was only $8.57. But I was really happy to have this finally sell because I had this for a year. Barefoot Dreams just does not sell for very much anymore, and it does not sell very quickly. So if you pick it up, expect to sit on it for a while, and definitely the days of it selling quickly for a lot of money are over. This was a rare retail arbitrage. I don't do retail arbitrage very often, but I did get a few Kate Somerville products the other day from my local Marshall store. This is the Retinol Vitamin C Moisturizer, and this one sold for $70 on eBay. My fees were $13.25 and my cost of goods was $17. It also cost me $4.55 to ship, so my profit was $35.20. So pretty dang good for retail arbitrage, actually. I found this on clearance. That's why I got such a good deal on it. If you search your store often, you can sometimes find these deals, but I rarely see them anymore. I think there's a few other resellers that hit up my store often because I never see them anymore. This was such a beautiful sweater. I don't know why this took so long to sell. I've had this for like 4 years, you guys. but it is an heirloom collectibles, which usually sells very good for me, this particular vintage brand. I don't know what happened with this one. It's a black and red knit bear present cardigan sweater, women's size small, maybe because it's like holiday themed. That's why it took longer. I'm not sure. Anyway, I kept getting lowball offers, and this particular buyer was back and forth with me for a long time. She was trying to get me to sell it for 20 with free shipping, and I was just like, no, it's not going to happen. Finally, her and I worked out a deal for $39.99 on Mercari, so no marketplace fees or anything like that. My cost of goods was $2 at an estate sale, and my profit was $37.99. All right, you guys, this will be the last item. I wanted to share this item with you guys because I don't know if you remember this or not, but if you follow my channel, I think was it earlier this year or maybe late last year, I bought a mystery box from Facebook, from a Facebook group that I follow, and I had purchased from this seller many times and had good experience. So I bought one of her mystery boxes, and it was like the biggest fail of all time. So my average cost of goods was $8 per item, and a majority of it was not sellable. At least 60% was not sellable. This was the best piece in the box, and it had a big stain on it. And I was going to update you guys to let you know if I got the stain out. And I mostly did, but it still had a little bit, let me show you, a little tiny mark that wouldn't come out. So I did note, actually it goes all like this. Anyways, I did note that in the listing, and I still sold it because I was like, I got to try to recoup something. So it luckily sold on Mercari, so no fees, for $18. And my cost of goods, like I said, was $8. So I actually profited $10, which helps bring down some of my loss on that box because I definitely lost money overall on that box. All right, you guys, that's all that I'm going to share with you for now. But as you can see, there were a lot more sales that happened this month. I had a really good month in sales overall, especially considering some of the issues that I had going on. So I hope you guys enjoyed this What Sold video. Leave me feedback down below. Let me know if there's anything that you wanted to see differently or anything like that. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye now.